Okay, regulations for debt collectors. The Fair Debt Collections Practices Act regulates third-party debt collectors. It prohibits abusive, unfair, deceptive practices when collecting legitimately owed debts. The debtor can request not to be contacted again. The collector must desist. The collector may take appropriate legal action in the courts to collect that debt. Ways to get out of debt: determine your balance of required monthly payments. Focus on your budget on debt reduction. Contact your credit, work out payment plans. Don't take on any new credit. Refinance, and if you can possibly lower the interest rates. Avoid bad help. For-profit credit counselors are anytime a credit counselor is asking you for a fee, they're probably less than honorable. Find good help. There are plenty of free services out there. Check with your employer to see if there are services available there. Bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is the last resort. After bankruptcy, all or a portion of your debts are discharged depending on the type of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 is the wage earner plan. Your debts will stay in place to some extent, and you will make payments out of your salary to make those payments. Chapter 7 is immediate liquidation, or also known as straight bankruptcy. The one thing to note: student loan debt never goes away. So so you can declare bankruptcy as many times as you like, but your student loan debt will never just go away. So concept check 6.4, signs of over-indebtedness. I see not knowing how much you owe there in the first line there, running out of money each month due to your debt payments, paying only the minimum amount due on credit cards, exceeding debt limits and credit limits, or requesting new cards because others are maxed out, using cash advances to pay other credit cards, paying late, skipping payments, refinancing, debt consolidation loans, especially when you take on more debt, experiencing garnishment, repossession, foreclosure. Major provisions of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act prohibits abusive, unfair, deceptive practices when collecting legitimately owed debts. Debtor can request, that means you, if you owe money, not to be contacted again. The collector must desist. The collector can take appropriate legal action in the courts to collect that debt. Services provided by a credit counseling agent, and how might a debt management plan work to provide relief for somebody who's having problems. Credit counseling agencies help you avoid bankruptcy, provide education on financial management. They will negotiate with your unsecured creditors and help reduce interest rates, fees, and so forth. A lot of times the rate on on a credit card and so forth, once they contact them, it can be easily cut in half or even less. They create debt management plan, which will consolidate your debts into one reduced monthly payment. Distinguish between Chapter 7 and 13, and explain who might be forced to use Chapter 13 rather than Chapter 7. The Chapter 13 is the wage earner plan, and Chapter 7 is immediate liquidation. Someone who's gainfully employed would likely to be forced to use the wage earner plan. If you were unemployed, you probably would end up in Chapter 7 and liquidate. That is the end of Chapter 6.